the biggest project you'll ever work on, the biggest project I'll ever work on is me, is inside of me. And I'm sharing this out there for those that are watching this. I got lucky enough where in my mid-30s I was given a big choice with the universe, and I thought I had life by the tail. The job, the security, the dream vocation at the time, and the universe gave me something else that was something I would have never comprehended. And it was like, well, Stephen, you have to make a choice because we all have free will. And I was smart enough where I put two and two together, and I'm like, well, I've learned with what I needed to learn from the School of Rough Knocks, and I'm willing to do something else. So I'm sharing this because I've been very, very fortunate. I've been very, very lucky that the universe gave me another opportunity to really get me on track with what I need to be doing with this. So the big thing that I found out is after I learned a lot of my physical lessons, those physical lessons dealt with the emotional, the mental, and the physical pillar. And then in my young 30s, I got introduced to the spiritual pillar. And that once I found that out, that was a game changer. It was like, okay, there's something else to this. Now, there's a lot of people that get introduced to the other side, beyond college, beyond universities, the post-secondary or the self-development type work. And I got absolutely fascinated with it. Thank you. And I got absolutely fascinated with it. Thank you. And then from there, I kept moving with things, and I'm like, wow, what is this? And I honestly believe from my own experience that the universe times everything in the divine timing of things. So when this information came up to me, because I knew in many areas I had mastered very, very well emotionally, and either overcompensated with either being as a workaholic. At one point, I was partially as a savage doing that. I mean, I've worked nonstop, and then I was out in the field, and I would go to the gym, and I was like that for years, literally 6 to 7 days a week. And it was that mindset that I've got to get my goal done at the time, was obtaining my dream job as a commercial pilot. So when that all fell apart, the universe said, okay, and it was technically my soul, because each and every one of us, we have a soul that keeps us alive here. And there's a silver cord from the heart that goes directly to the soul. And the soul is beyond massive, and we only use like a tiny slice of it. So just so you have that understanding of it. When I show up here, I volunteered on behalf of the soul to show up in this lower realm, this 3D physical realm. And this is the place where I get to do all the work. It's not on the spiritual side, not when the day comes when I get to leave here and I get to be in a nicer place, yes. But in order to make the change and to make the everlasting change, because the soul cannot just simply scrub every lifetime. If one lifetime everything gets scrubbed, it doesn't work like that. There's a thing called karma, there's collective energies, and whatever we put out there to the universe, you put out good intentions, you get good, somewhere down the road later on, you get good intentions to come back. And same thing with the negative side of it. So I shared earlier in the beginning of the video that I'm the biggest project that I'll ever work on, because when I found out, thank you, when I found out that when I showed up here, I volunteered on behalf of the soul, saying I will do whatever it takes to close up these 3D loops. These 3D loops are the mental and the emotional programs and the emotional cords. Every one of us has this, because we have a physical side of us, and we also have an etherical side. So hear me out with this. There came a point where I was like, I did things to the best of my ability, and I knew there was many areas inside of me. I'm like, it's okay, but it needs to, something's not jiving here. Something's not fluid. I'm not feeling that stability. This was many years ago. Not feeling it. And then I got introduced to the thing of having a soul. We have spiritual guides from the light. We have the younger versions of ourselves. And being in the 5D now, this is where we can go back in and we can start closing up all of these loops. So all the programs, anything from the ancestry, and most importantly, it is from this lifetime. lucky enough, as I'm sharing this, I found it the hard way. And thank God it happened in my 30s that we can turn this all around. And it really takes a commitment, and it takes a big commitment and a big leap of faith stepping into this with the universe. And the moment I started addressing my childhood, my own issues inside of me, whatever it is from the family, the culture, and the religion, and I took full ownership of whatever was going on, that in itself was a monumental task. And then when I got that done, I'm like, it wasn't so bad. The universe, with myself, and went through a lot of tests. At the end of it, it came out. Still have all my hands, I have all my fingers of this. So I'm like, this is doable. And I kept working on it. And after 13 some odd years of this, initially I was interested, and then I got committed with it, and I kept moving with it. And this is where things start to really elevate with this, because we're not just here as a physical being, we're here as a spiritual being. When the threes programs, all the files, all the baggage, all the emotional nonsense, when all that crap, the lock, stock, and effing barrel, when everything from the bottom was taken out, this is cool. Because at one point the soul's like, okay, there's something, this physical vessel that I'm in, it's clean now. Energetically, vibrationally, emotionally. Then the soul came into the top of the crown here, into the heart, into the solar plexus, and then through my entire being. I'm like, okay, this is a win. Where else can I go from this? And this was around 7 years ago. And then I got introduced to many other things as I started to grow. Now, my responsibility in this physical realm is to deal with what's physically here. This is my responsibility in the soul, whatever it's doing up there in whatever dimension, it has its own tasks. And I'm sharing this not to say what I've done, but to inspire others that we're not here just on a picnic, or praying, or wondering, or when's the day going to come, or, well, I'm 30 now, and say, man, I'm too young for it, or 50, or 70, and it's too late. And I like to say there's a lot of game-changing stuff that's coming down the pipeline, and it's happening now. Not yesterday, not in 2 years from now. And for gosh sakes, please don't wait another 2 years or 5 years. Do whatever you got to do now. Because in the 5D, we also have spiritual guides from the light that can assist us with whatever we're going through. And then from there, you can continue to develop that momentum. And what fascinated me the most with this is, it's not with taking that next program or the next university, college program, or whatever crap or whatever rubbish that is. It's what is inside of me that I really need to address. What is that in that pillar, whatever it is, like sitting on a chair, where's that one leg that's shaky? And the universe would show me something, and I'm like, okay, thank you for showing me that. And then I would go in there, and I would spend the necessary time to go in there and address it. And sometimes at one point I had to unplug the whole thing. I had to pull it all out. I had to say, thank you very much. I built it from what I was aware of. Now I'm in this new consciousness. Whatever I built at that time many years ago, it was able to facilitate, or it was able to hold this structure back then. Many years later, that technology or whatever I had there is now obsolete. So through meditation, I go in there and I clean it all out. I continue to build up from there. And it's here to inspire others, because if you had some tougher experiences growing up, or you had some really, really challenging scenarios, or you're like, I have no freaking idea, or how am I going to get this done or that done, or I only have so much time here, or you're overloaded. The universe watches all this. The soul on the other side, they're all watching this. And they're simply acknowledging that when we show up here, we're never here on our own. We're always being watched by the other side. So I'm sharing this because I found this out the hard way. I'm sharing this because at one point there was a major cost with this. And that major cost was my well-being, was my health of it, the way I was thinking. And was I happy? Or deep down inside, did I mask it up? Yeah, I masked it up very, very well at one point. The flying was great, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it. It was it was a positive experience. The moment I had to look inside the mirror and I had to look at me, and I'm like, I was able to do it from nothing. I was able to work my way up to that, and I'm like, the universe is showing me something else. And the moment I found out that as a spiritual being, the moment I went inside, I started to clear everything out, other doors started to open up. And the other doors that were opening up were like, Is this for real? And it was the most liberating thing. And I'm going to share with this. It's not something that just comes for free, or a person takes a course and a person just graduates with it. It doesn't work like that. So whatever I put into it is what I got out of it. And for several long years, I put a lot into it. And then when the day came, when I was like, wow, looking back at it going, man, thank God I did get it done when I did get it done. So that's my short video for today. And being this 5D, it's a higher energy. We're still in this physical 3D world. However, energetically, Mother Earth is now in the 5D energy, the 5D consciousness. And there's a lot of rapid changes going on with the human resonance, the frequency, the energies of it. And yeah, so I trust with whatever you're doing that this inspires you. You feel inspired with this. And if you have any questions or concerns, by all means, reach out and leave a message or a comment. Like or share the video. Thank you for watching this short video for today, and be kind with yourself. Treat each other well. And until next time, take care.